Yes, sir.
Understood. Welcome to the podcast, the Young 26 TV for 412 podcast. Who we here with? Introduce yourself.
I am Catherine Rivers, aka KattOlac Jones, is my artist name.
Understood. So let's talk about your coming up. Like, where you based out of?
I'm based out of Saginaw, Michigan, north side of town. Um, yeah, I came from north side of Michigan. Stayed pretty much over there for most of my life. So yeah, north side of Saginaw, Michigan, anyway.
Understood. So how was it growing up or living in, you say South Michigan?
Saginaw, Michigan.
Saginaw, Michigan.
Can you hear me good?
I can hear you good. I can hear you.
Okay, good, good. But yeah,
Understood.
Saginaw, Michigan. We're like 2 hours outside of Detroit.
Understood. So how was it growing up?
I, growing up here, probably early years, it was pretty decent. I grew up mainly in the '90s. As I was approaching teen, it was probably like the drug era, and you know what I mean. A lot of different things. We went through a lot of different phases here in Saginaw, so it was pretty decent. Pretty decent for the most part. I ran with mostly the music crews, and uh, just my friends and family, pretty much.
Understood. So what music crew you was in?
I mean, like whoever was doing music, that's the crowd you will find me, is what I mean by that. Not no actual crews like that, but like wherever they had any talent shows popping or live events, things like that, that's usually where you will find me at.
Understood. Have you ever performed before? Went on tour?
I've been performing since I was probably like, I think about 9 or 10 years old. I've been performing for about that long. My mother and her twin were performers. My brother rapped. You know what I mean? Like my family were like music people. So they saw that I could sing early and they, put me off in talent shows, competitions, programs for school. I went to the Center for the Arts and Sciences here in Saginaw, SASA now, and I did vocal music there. Had the opportunity to work with like playwrights and artists and anybody who had those kinds of talents here in Saginaw and had higher grade point averages got a chance to go there for half a day when I was going. It's an actual school now though.
Understood. So how was it like being around all that music at a young age?
It was wonderful. You know what I mean? Like that part of my life, I've had a very tough life, a very, you know what I mean? It's been diverse in each way, you know what I mean? It's a well-rounded life. Had hard times and I came from good upbringing too. So it was wonderful. Music was always my escape and my getaway for everything. I either wrote or I sang, it was one of the two. So if there was something going on, music kept me grounded. It kept me positive. It kept me having something to do other than get in trouble. Music was a saving grace many times throughout my life. It has been recently too.
Understood. Understood. So do you got any songs people want to check out?
Yeah, yeah. I got 5 new singles that dropped. One is called You're a King. That's for all of my black men out here. That's paying homage to the strong black men that we have out here. I know they talk bad about our men all the time. They give them a bad rap, but I understand where we are, our men come from. I know the things that they go through on a day-to-day basis. I've watched it my entire life and I know they still strong. You know what I mean? They still strong for, there's a lot of strong kings still out here doing for their families and taking care of their children and doing right, and they deserve to be recognized. It shouldn't always be a song dissing a man. Sometimes you need to empower your kings. So I wanted to make that a song for you guys. And I have like dozens. I got like 5 songs on there. I got dozens wrote and coming. Got EPs coming. So anywhere you look up KattOlac Jones, you can find my music. There's a whole list. I got I Need You, Love Me Anyway. I got I got I got songs, man. We got I will be releasing more and more of them as the time goes.
Understood. So Well, talk me through the process of the you making that song. Right? What was in your head? What was you going through in the studio?
Oh, what was in my head? I just basically write around things I can relate to. Whatever the beat calls me to sing, really, or to freestyle, or to whatever I'm doing, whatever my body is telling me is the right frequency for the music is what I do. So if I'm feeling like I gotta, I got flows coming to me, like raps coming to me, then that's what I'll do. If I feel like I got um music, musical, just like lyrics like coming for like songs, and that's what I'll do. So I'll write down ideas for songs and loosely base stuff down on paper sometimes. But for the most part, I usually just go in there and I listen to the beat and I just freestyle a song right there. And I have to go back and listen to it in order to double it and or add backgrounds and ad libs and things like that afterwards. And then it go for mixing and mastering and it's a movie.
Understood, understood. You do other stuff than music, right?
Yes, I also podcast. I have two podcasts. One is called Women of Purpose Podcast. We have five different demographics of Black women coming from all walks of life, giving you different versions of how they see issues or whatever we're talking about. Then you got five women's perspectives. We mainly like to do that for the men to understand women a little bit better. The things that we go through, the things that go through our head. For our, we can come and address things that are going on in our community that, are distasteful or that needs addressing, stuff like that. I've got Let's Rap. That's a showcase, pretty much like what you're doing. I showcase all of the artists from mid Michigan, that anyone that I can catch wind of and I can get in contact with and set something up to show them off. And that's what I try to do. Not just musicians, though. I do artists, I do painters, I do whoever's doing something positive, really, in the community. I think I want to, I want other people to be able to pay attention to the people that are doing good things. We see so much stuff bad about Saginaw. Saginaw gets a bad rap everywhere. They do act up sometimes. We do go through our hardships. We lose way more people probably than the average small town. You know what I mean? We go through a lot of adversity. So it's a lot of mental illness here. It's a lot of hatred here. It's a lot of small town crab in the bucket things that go on here. And it's a lot of people that talk down on us, but it's also beautiful people in the background that are making plans to do beautiful things for Saginaw that I have been blessed to be a part of. And we are also have more talent than I've ever seen in my life here, like genuine talent here. So we're gonna try to start shedding light on those positive things here. And I wanted to take a first step in like trying to do so.
Understood. So, do you believe in the Lord? Do you believe in God?
Of course, talk to him every day. He's kept me sane within storms that were almost unbeatable. You know what I mean? So, yeah, of course, I believe in a higher power. I believe in God. I'm not a religious person. I'm not a person I'm a spiritual person. I'm not a person that is driven by anything from society or from Western religion types of things. I got a higher understanding and communication with God, so I kind of understand things a little bit better. So I kind of got my own ways with the Lord
Understood. Your third eye is open, right?
always. That's the only father I've ever had. So yeah, I mean it's a little different with me. Yeah.
Understood. Understood. Now, how old was you when you started like promoting rappers and shedding light rappers and stuff like that on anybody?
I just started this year. I'm a new podcaster. I've only had one season of the first show. The second show we stopped abruptly because I had some technical issues with my telephone and some other things that I was using to do the podcast with. So I've got both shows on hold until I get better equipment. But we got some more things that are coming up. Also, those podcasts are in tune with Thought Network. So anytime you look up Thought Network on YouTube, that's where you'll find my podcast under Thought Network's videos. They have a network of like probably 4 or 5 different shows that come on the network right now. Periodically, he may add more things, and there's a whole magazine that's like 20, I think 22 years old that he's been doing for the rappers and things from Michigan and Texas and Jacksonville, Florida, like a bunch of places. So it's like it airs in like a bunch of different countries and cities and stuff. So it's a pretty big deal if we can get the wave to catch. And I also have friends that are opening up a network for Roku. So they're in constant meetings getting everything built to pave the way for us to be able to come through and do stuff like that. We'll also be offering a podcast in school soon too.
Understood. So, how do you get in contact with the person that like Thor Network?
Thought Network is Jeremy Jackson on Facebook and any other social media platform, or you can look up Thought Magazine, THAWED, Thought Magazine, like you thought something out. And on any platform, that's where you can find all of his stuff, and you can get in contact with him through Jeremy Jackson on Facebook.
Understood. So you ran into him at in Michigan.
This has been my friend since I was a kid, pretty much since I was a young teen. We all stayed. Everybody that's been successfully doing things here from Saginaw, because the city is so small, most likely live like around the corner or like have been friends most of our lives. I think that's what's gonna be the beautiful connection for everything that comes together here, is because we're all like family already. So it's kind of easier to deal with your family doing things than strangers, you know. So the basic foundation of the groups that we're creating have been friends for years. So yeah, it's pretty awesome to watch come together though. It's moving pretty fast. I'm proud of everybody that's involved with it. It's Beyond the Stars Committee that you can find in Saginaw. Look up Beyond the Stars Committee on Facebook. You should be able to find maybe a private group, and I can add you into the group if you're interested in taking part in anything to enrich the Michigan area. We're
I'm
starting
deaf.
in Bay City and Saginaw.
Repeat yourself again. I'm sorry, I spoke fast.
Oh no, no, I'm sorry. I was saying if you wanted to get involved with like the stuff that they're doing to better the communities around here, or if you had anything that you wanted to take part in or add into addition, I can also add you to the groups that they have for the committee, because it's just starting. So the foundation of everything is being built. So if there's anything, any services that you also do that you want to have like incorporated, we're opening businesses and everything. Everybody's getting together and doing this stuff as much as they can. Even if it's just bringing ideas, you know, things like that to the table and getting them done. That's the important part. They're actually getting the stuff done.
Understood. I'll be willing to be a part of that group that you were at.
Yeah,
Have
cool, cool. I'll see if I can have them add you in when we get off.
understood, understood. So we were texting earlier. You
Mhm.
do locks.
I do what now?
Do you do locks like detox and all that?
Oh yeah, I do locks. I do so many things. I cooked for many restaurants. I've been a bartender for like 25 years. Um I do mobile communications. I'm probably about to be a car saleswoman in a minute. I even fix on cars. But I do a lot of different anything artistic that you could think of. I either do it or I dabble in it. So I do portraits. I do different kinds of paintings. I do pencil sketch portraits. I do locks. I do hair. I'll be making holistic tinctures and skin creams and things like that soon also, and they'll be available also soon. Um, I do a lot of different things. Photography, I dabble in that. I went to school for that. Um, I do a lot of stuff. So yeah, yeah.
Understood. How long you was in school for photography?
I didn't stay too long. I didn't stay too long. I stayed long enough to learn the basics because I pretty much knew how I wanted my photos to be. And I took the information on the basic stuff that I knew I needed to know. And I did like dark room training and stuff like that. So a couple semesters. Yeah, that was enough for me. I didn't want to actually be a photographer. I just wanted to know how to take photos properly whenever I decided to do it. Yeah.
Understood. So you a perfectionist?
And some things in my music, I can tend to be a perfectionist. Um, Cooking, I could tend to be a perfectionist, drink making, stuff like that, stuff that I know that I'm good at. I want it to be good every time. You know what I mean? I don't want it to be nothing bad that I make because I'm known for having good stuff, you know. So I wouldn't say I'm a perfectionist as much as I am a person that likes to be consistent in quality of whatever I do. So yeah,
Understood.
guess that would be it. Huh?
I said understood. What a day in the life of you in the studio, at home, at work.
Right now, I am in the process of I'm actually trying to secure this job at Garber Buick. I had been out of work for health issues on and off out throughout the year, and got some major health issues that I kind of got to watch. So I kind of had to change the kind of work that I needed to do. So I had to sit and kind of think about that for a while. Plus, I wanted to focus on the podcast and the music and all of that stuff here. So I have a roommate. His name is Tomahawk, and he has a production that he produces music. So he has his own LLCs and all that kind of stuff. So he set his studio up here, and we have people come here and they pay to record, or we just have friends that we help out with recordings and things like that too. So I have music here all the time. So a day in the life, I could wake up and maybe just clean up and cook for the day, but mainly we get up and we probably have people over here in the studio for most of the day until it's time to go to bed. That's most days, or I have stuff to set up for podcasts or shows, or my life really been like entertainment for the last couple of months because things have been kind of taken off to the point where I have two or three proposals for people that want to do songs with me, or podcasts they want me to come on, or shows they want me to come to. So I can say shout out to Michigan for keeping me busy. They embraced me coming back into music after 9 years of being stagnant, being stagnated by I was hurt in a domestic violence incident and my thyroid was crushed. So I used to be a mezzo soprano all the way down to a bass. And I had like won almost every competition I ever touched, and like probably was the baddest female vocalist. I ain't gonna even lie from here, but I only have like maybe 55% of my vocal ability range left. Like as far as my voice is really low now. It's lower than Jasmine Sullivan. You know what I mean? Like I have a unique tone and voice now. So I had to reteach my brain how to not always think soprano when I opened my mouth because it wasn't going to come out. And I had to retrain my brain to use a different instrument, kind of use a different part of the instrument, and to be able to create and translate my music again because it was different. You know what I mean? It's a different approach I had to come about this time in order to recreate myself to come back out and feel good enough to be in the public eye. And that was like a hard thing for me because I still am very self-conscious about my voice because it's so much different than what I'm used to. And I don't trust it no more, like that mug might crack nowadays. So so sometimes I rap. You gotta dig a hole where you can get a hole, baby, and find your way. As long as it's what you love to do, you should find those holes though, always.
Understood. What is the biggest accomplishment that you had or
In
working
life,
towards, yeah, in life?
my children. Yeah, it will be my kids, man. My kids will always be my biggest accomplishment in life because I created life. I helped create life. That's the biggest thing you can do. That's next to being godly. So you know what I mean? Like that's probably the biggest thing I ever did. Um, yeah, that's probably it.
Understood. How old are your kids?
My children are adults now. So yeah, 25, 24, 20, and 21. Three
Understood.
boys and a girl.
Understood. Understood. You got, how about your music? So, like, have you got any other songs you want to rap right quick or
I want to what?
rap? Like, give us a bar from it or something like a quick 16 or
Man.
something?
I can't say I got no raps. I want to rap right here. Like you trying to put me out there on the spot. It's crazy.
I
But I will
apologize.
say I got a show tomorrow for the vets out there in Mount Pleasant. Y'all can look on my page under Catherine Rivers and find that flyer and come see me live. That's the best I can do for you tonight. I
So,
smoke a lot of weed, y'all. I'm gonna be honest.
I feel it. I feel it. I feel it. What you be drinking?
When I drink, I usually drink either a tequila or Hennessy, Coke, and Red Bull. That's like my signature drink when I go out because the Red Bull keeps you from having a hangover. So yeah, that's probably
Understood.
about it. Is that what?
I said understood. You smoke before you got on this interview.
Yeah. Definitely,
Understood.
man. Definitely. Hey, it's better than popping of pills and stuff. People do a lot of things. I think weed is pretty holistic. I'm a holistic person. Believe in self-healing and nature healing us more than mankind. They usually mess stuff up. So I try to, self-meditate, medicate, and heal.
Understood. Anybody you want to shout out? Any?
Oh, shout out Jeremy Jackson for giving me the courage and the influence to actually start podcasts because I didn't know if I could do that at first and giving me a platform to come to that was so greatly accepted. Shout out to Saginaw, man, for loving on me, Detroit for loving on me, Flint for loving on me, Mount Pleasant for loving on me, Bertrand for loving on me, Midland for loving on me, man. Y'all dope, man. For real, for real. uh Charles Conley for linking me in, Junior for linking me in with BTS Beyond the Stars movement and committee in Saginaw. If y'all don't know what that is, go look that up, man. They about to do big things and make major differences for the children coming along and for business owners and people that are entrepreneurs. They're about to open up some gates for y'all. So um most of all, Blackwood and Pocahontas, man, they got me back in the studio after 9 years and talked me into getting on the mic. Like, I didn't think I was gonna do that again. And then for Tomahawk to come in here and move his studio in here and just take his time to create music for me is like the dopest thing ever. You don't get that too often. Studio time costs millions of dollars. People don't like to spend time doing anything for anybody too much no more. People real selfish. And for them to give me that kind of love and encouragement, him, Ni-Fi, and Buxley and uh For Sale and everybody that do music and produce music have opened their doors in one way or another to me. Scheme, Astray. Yeah, man, they didn't open. I done got so much love out here, man, from so many artists and producers that I be overwhelmed some days, like because I didn't know it was gonna be like that. But yeah, it's dope though, and I want to send a shout out to all of y'all. Say y'all, I appreciate y'all, man, and it's always love in the kingdom from the queen. And thank you for having me on. You know what I mean? That's dope too. We podcasters are very important in this world.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah.
I'm glad that I get to interview somebody that doing this stuff that I'm, you know.
Yeah. Well, that's what most of the music game is about is networking. You know what I mean? Networking and resourcing out is the best thing you can possibly do because you think you know good people till you go out in the world and you see that there is people out here that will really push for you, really support you outside of your hometown usually. is where all of the support comes from. It's never really at home. That's where the jealousy and envy and, your peers, they grew up with you. They want to know how you do what you do, how you shine, how you move, instead of just saying, let me move with you. You know what I mean? But outside, they don't worry about that. You something new, you something fresh. They open arms to you. They ready to see what you got. So it's a fickle thing, but but it's all love in the end, though. You just got to do the best you can to open up minds in a small-minded place.
Understood. You ever been on tour?
Kind of like tours, like I have been in bands and things like that, and had players that we set up different dates to different cities and different places, and we went and moved and did. So I guess you can call those tours. I wasn't contractually contracted to anything, so that's why I don't really call them tours. We just, did good planning, you know what I mean, in order to get us paid and get us through the summers and stuff like that, mostly festivals and things like that. This music that I dropped is the first music of my own that I have ever dropped in all of these years. I always did top 100 of stuff people already had out here, though I had hundreds of songs written, but I just never had the opportunity to sit and actually create my own music until now. So that's a major thing that I thank them for, is opening up the gates for me to put my own sound together and put my own creative thinking into play so people can enjoy what I hear in my head. That's the greatest thing an artist can achieve, is being able to get people to translate what they already hear. So yeah, that was a big thing for me, actually put my own stuff out there, man. It's a humbling thing, and it's kind of like it's an exposing thing to show your emotions and your thoughts and your poetry and your songs to people. I don't think people realize how big of a thing that is for people that do music. Like, we are actually showing our hearts. We showing how we feel about things and our point of views and outlooks and things like that. So when you see an artist, man, show them love, give them support. They putting it all out here for you, for real. There's a lot of emotion come with music, a lot of mood come with music, a lot of atmosphere setting comes with music, a lot of magic come with music. And we give our souls for that, for for people to be entertained and to have something to translate feeling and mood and emotion with. But we also have to go through the moods and emotion to create it. So it's a great sacrifice within itself.
Understood. You got a Facebook, Spotify, Instagram. Shout it
Yep,
out.
KattOlac Jones, KattOlac Jones, Jones. You can find it on any platform. My music will pop up on any platform. You're gonna see me on there smiling. So you'll see me on there just a cheese, and that's that's me. But besides that, oh man, what is I forget my Instagram all the time, but Catherine Rivers on Facebook. That's my real actual name. KaTheRine. Rivers Rivers. You can contact me there easily. So if you have while I'm not famous, contact me. We can link up. I got a blue check behind my name, so you can't get me mixed up. My other page is also mine too, but I got one that's verified also. I'm not sure. If you look up Catherine Rivers on Instagram, I may pop up like that. But I think I changed the name on my Instagram, and I don't know what I changed it to offhand right now. But it used to be Musically Amazing Me, but I think I changed it to something else. So yeah. I'll
Understood.
post it under the video when we post it.
Understood. Well, is there any more you want to speak about, or do you got some crazy stories? Because I always in my videos with like crazy story or something you did that changed your life or changed other people's lives or something you went through.
Okay. Um, I died in surgery last year. That changed my outlook on life in a great way, to know how fast things could have just been over with, and to think of how many things that I had not done yet. So if I left anything for anybody, I would say, if you have a dream, chase it today. If you have something that you want to do, move now. If you have a thought, an inclination of something great that you think you can start up, start making the steps. Tomorrow's not promised. Yesterday's already gone, and all you got is right now. That's
Um,
my message.
Understood. I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
For sure.
Would you want to come for a second interview?
Sure. I always welcome the interviews, man. It's always dope chatting to people. Always.
Understood. I appreciate you. Until next time, I'm gonna text you about the second interview.
Okay. For sure, for sure. I appreciate your time, and I appreciate you reaching out to me for letting me even come on and talk to you. So well respect, King.
Already, Queen. Much love.
All right. You have a good night.
You as well.
All right.